The sound of a motor grinding against something sticky woke me up from my nap. Then came the smell. It was unmistakable, the scent of warm, burnt peanut butter. I sat up on the couch, rubbing my eyes. I looked at my entertainment center. The white light on my brand new $700 PlayStation 5 Pro was pulsing angrily, and sticking halfway out of the disk drive slot was a slice of Wonder Bread. My heart stopped. I had bought the console 3 days ago. It was the Pro model. I had camped out online to get it. It was my pride and joy. I scrambled off the couch and ran to the console.
No, he whispered.
Please, no. I reached for the bread. It was soggy. I gave it a gentle tug. It didn't move. The internal rollers had grabbed onto the crust and pulled it deep into the mechanism. I looked down. Sitting on the floor next to the console was my nephew, Leo, 5M. He was holding the other half of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. His face was smeared with purple grape jelly. Hungry, Leo said, pointing at the console. Robot hungry. Lao. I shouted. My sister, Sarah, walked in from the kitchen, holding a glass of wine. Shush. You'll wake him. Oh, he's awake. What's wrong? He fed the PlayStation. I pointed at the bread protruding from the disc slot like a mocking tongue. Sarah looked at it. She giggled. Or, she said, he was sharing his lunch. That is so sweet. He thought the robot was hungry. Sweet. I felt like I was going to hyperventilate. Sarah, this is a $700 machine. He jammed a sandwich into the Blu-ray drive. It's just bread, she shrugged. Just pull it out. It'll be fine. It's not just bread. I yelled. It's peanut butter. It's jelly. It's inside the electronics. I tried to pull the bread again. It tore. A chunk came off in my hand, leaving the rest stuck inside. A glob of warm, purple jelly oozed out of the slot and dripped down the white faceplate. VRRRR grind. The console tried to eject the obstruction, but the motor just whined in agony. See? Sarah said, stepping closer. You're pulling too hard. You're making it worse. Just use some tweezers or something. Honestly, OP, you need to calm down. It's cute that he wanted to share. Goo. Ist er daher? He destroyed it. The optical drive is ruined. The jelly is going to drip onto the motherboard. This console is dead. It's a toy, she snapped, her smile fading. Stop acting like it's a car. It plays video games. Just clean it out. I clean peanut butter out of the carpet all the time. It comes right out. You can't scrub a motherboard with carpet cleaner. I shouted. I looked at the console. The smell of burning sugar was getting stronger. I yanked the power cord from the wall to stop the shorting. I looked at Leo. He was taking a bite of his half of the sandwich, completely unbothered. It wouldn't eat it, Leo mumbled. Because it's not a mouth. I yelled. Don't yell at him. Sarah got in my face. He's 5. He doesn't know the difference between a mouth and a slot. You should have been watching him. I was sleeping. I said, you were supposed to be watching him. I was in the kitchen, she defended. I can't have eyes on him every second. God, you are so selfish. Crying over a game box when your nephew was just trying to be nice. I looked at the jelly dripping onto my carpet. I looked at the ruined drive. She thought it was cute. She thought I could just clean it. I picked up the console. It was heavy. It rattled. I'm taking this to a repair shop, I said, my voice shaking. And you are paying for it. I am not paying for anything, Sarah laughed. It's a sandwich. Pick it out with a fork. She walked back to the kitchen to refill her wine. I stood there, holding the sticky, bread-filled corpse of my PS5 Pro. I wasn't going to use a fork. I was going to use an invoice. I stood there, trembling, clutching the sticky console to my chest. Leo looked up at me, clapping his jelly-stained hands. I fed the robot, he cheered, jumping up and down. He was hungry. Did he like it? No, Leo. I snapped. He didn't like it. You killed him. Sarah marched back into the room. She had a silverware drawer organizer in her hand. She pulled out a metal butter knife. Oh, stop traumatizing him, she huffed. Move over. Since you're too paralyzed to act like a man, I'll fix it. What are you doing? I stepped back, shielding the PS5. I'm going to scrape it out, she said, brandishing the knife. It's just bread. A little scrape and it's good as new. Put the knife down. I shouted. You can't stick metal into a disk drive. You'll scratch the laser. You'll short the capacitors. Laser, she laughed. It's a game box, OP. It's not a spaceship. Give it to me. She lunged. Before I could stop her, she jammed the butter knife into the slot, right next to the sodden bread. Screech. Metal ground against the delicate internal rollers. She dug around, twisting the blade. Sarah, stop. I tried to pull it away. I almost got it, she grunted. She levered the knife. Snap. A piece of the black plastic bezel cracked off. She successfully flicked a glob of peanut butter out, but she pushed the rest of the sandwich deeper into the abyss. There, she said, wiping the knife on her jeans. I got the big piece. Now stop crying. I looked into the slot. It was a disaster. The bread was mashed into a paste now, coated in jelly, smeared across the internal mechanism. The rollers were bent. You pushed it in, I whispered. You forced the jelly onto the lens. I helped, she yelled. God, nothing is ever good enough for you. Leo was being caring. He saw a mouth, he fed it. That shows empathy. You should be proud of him. Proud that he destroyed a $700 console. $700. She scoffed. Stop lying. I saw a Nintendo at a yard sale for $20. Video games are cheap. You just buy the expensive ones to show off. This is the PS5 Pro. I screamed. It just came out. It is cutting-edge technology. And now it is a peanut butter sandwich. Well, maybe you shouldn't have bought such a stupid design that looks like a toaster, she countered. It's confusing for a child. Honestly, this is Sony's fault. And yours. You are paying for this, I said, my voice dropping to a dangerous whisper. I am going to get a repair quote, and you are paying every cent. I am not, she shrieked. I have bills. I have to pay for Leo's gymnastics. I'm not giving you rent money because you can't clean a little jelly off a toy. Use a Q-tip. Use some water. Figure it out. Water. Ich zerrte her. You want me to put water in a computer? It works for dishes, she said, fully serious. Look, we are leaving. You're ruining the vibe. Come on, Leo. Uncle OP hates your gift. Leo started crying. He hates the sandwich. Yes, honey, he's ungrateful, Sarah cooed, picking him up. We'll go get ice cream. She walked to the door. If you leave, I said, I'm filing a lawsuit. Sue me, she laughed, opening the door. Tell the judge a sandwich beat you up. See what happens. The door slammed. I stood there. The smell of peanut butter was overwhelming. She thought she helped. She thought a butter knife was a repair tool. I grabbed my keys. I grabbed the console. I wasn't going to use water. I was going to the console clinic, the best repair shop in the city, and I was going to get a piece of paper that proved exactly how much that sandwich cost. I drove straight to the Techie R. The owner, Mike, has fixed everything from water-damaged MacBooks to overheating Xboxes. I put the PS5 on the counter. Don't ask, I said. Just look. Mike shined a flashlight into the disk slot. He sniffed. Skippy or Jif? He asked. I think it was store brand, I said. He opened the case. It was worse than I thought. The heat from the running console had melted the peanut butter into an oil that had seeped down onto the main board. The jelly had crystallized on the optical laser lens. And thanks to Sarah's butter knife surgery, the drive mechanism was bent beyond recognition. This is a crime scene, Mike said. Biological damage voids the warranty instantly. Sony won't touch this. And frankly, neither will I. The sugar is conductive. If I try to clean this, it might work for a week, but the corrosion will kill it. It's a brick. He wrote me an official diagnostic report. Status: total loss. Cause: foreign organic matter of physical trauma, knife. Replacement value: $769.99, console plus tax. The invoice. I texted a picture of the report to Sarah. Me, the repair shop confirmed it's destroyed. The butter knife broke the drive, and the jelly shorted the board. You owe me $770. She replied with a clown emoji. Sarah, clown face, you are hilarious. I'm not paying you for a sandwich. Go buy a used one on eBay if you're so desperate. The court case. I filed in small claims court. It cost me $50. Sarah showed up to the hearing wearing a Mama Bear t-shirt. She didn't bring a lawyer. She brought a photo of Leo smiling. Your Honor, she told the judge, my brother hates children. My son made a mistake. It was a sandwich. He's trying to extort me for a brand new computer toy. I walked up to the bench. I handed the judge the receipt for the PS5 Pro, purchased 3 days before the incident. I handed him Mike's diagnostic report. I handed him a photo of the bread sticking out of the drive. Your Honor, I said, the defendant's son inserted food into expensive electronics. When I attempted to intervene, the defendant used a metal knife to fix it, causing further structural damage. She then refused to pay. The judge, an older man who looked like he had grandkids, peered at the photo. The judge said to Sarah, did you insert a knife into the device? I was helping, she argued. I was getting the bread out. You are not a technician, the judge said. You exacerbated the damage, and your son destroyed the property initially. But it looked like a mouth, she cried. It's a bad design. It is a standard disk slot, the judge said dryly. Judgment for the plaintiff. The verdict. The defendant is ordered to pay the full replacement value of $769.99 plus court costs. Sarah turned purple. I don't have that. I spent it on Leo's birthday party. Then maybe you should have taught Leo not to feed appliances, the judge said. The aftermath. She refused to pay. I garnished her wages. Every 2 weeks, I get a check for $100. I bought a new PS5 Pro. I keep it in a media cabinet with a lock. Sarah tells the family I'm a Scrooge who sued his own nephew. My mom says I should have been more understanding. But last week, I heard that Leo tried to feed Sarah's new iPhone to the toaster because it looked cold. Sarah called me, crying about her broken phone. Put it in rice, I told her. And then I hung up.